So today we're going to be taking a look at a scenario where civilization starts over. In the last episode, we saw some things happening, like the Russian country expanding. We had the Anatolian country expanding. We had the Great Green African Civil War. We had the Yellow War, which took down that country. That was one of the oldest countries in the world, I believe the second oldest. And we saw a lot of expansions and explorations. But in this new video, we can see a lot more countries form, especially in the newly explored areas such as Arabia. And let's just start here. So, a new country will form in Oman in this post right here. Another one will form over here. This is a purplish country, obviously. An orange kind of country forms up in the Yemen area. And a bluish one forms up over here in the coastline. And so now we have 4 Arabian countries. And I am going to go ahead and shift this guy's color to a little darker blue. I like that. One more country to form, and that is actually a Qatar country. I just want to get that out. I was going to leave it at this, but I decided that we need more countries to form. And I will say Arabia will be fully, it will be fully a thing it will be fully expanded by the end of this episode. I'm just going to do this for now. In this country, in Oman, will expand along the coast right here, and they will even make a landing up here in Iran, and they start to colonize a lot of this southern Iranian area. Coming over here to the large Russian country, and you can probably already guess what they're going to be the equivalent of. They are moving across this northern area, and they connect up with the what is this? The Arctic Ocean? And they form a border that looks something like that. There you go. Looks pretty nice. Coming over here to Cyprus, we will see that the Cyprus country will expand along the coast and cut Egypt off from expanding anywhere over here. However, you better watch out for the Ottoman country because they are quickly moving along the fertile lands, and it looks like they are becoming a top power as they meet up with the Persian Gulf. That's right. They form this large thing, which kind of looks a little stupid, but don't worry, it won't look like that for the rest of this video. It's just gonna have to look like that for now, due to what I want to have happen. This yellow country will also expand as they go up the Caspian coast, and they're doing pretty well. Coming over here to the brown team, their history was up, down, up, and now it's going to come down again because a large amount of rebels in the Genoa area form up, and these, if you remember, the blue team had a colony there. They no longer do because that got messed with, and I don't really know what color to make this. I guess I'll make it an orange color. But these guys will quickly arm up and take pretty much all of this northern Italian area, and they will start the push throughout Italy, which is a very painful push. And the brown team military hasn't been completely organized yet, so they are doing relatively easy now. But eventually, when the brown team military, when the brown team military comes back, they don't get fully wiped out. They actually provide a pretty good fight, and they're not too hesitant to give up as they keep fighting. They do not want the brown team to own them, and they even form an encirclement of sorts right here. But then the encirclement gets encircled, and these troops will definitely not come back. And they are hard fighting troops, and it's just a tough battle for the brown team to fight, as the guerrilla warfare they're experiencing in this region is not good. And they even meet back up with their original country, which wasn't going to happen until I said it did. But they flee back into the north for a better defensive. And the brown team could have killed a lot of troops, but they didn't. So the front lines are going to be like this for a couple of months until the orange team makes a breakthrough in this northeastern area. And they just start pushing across all along this areas. They are at a disadvantage right here. However, they get pushed back in this region in the west, as they look like they're gonna get encircled, and eventually they do, and the troops are wiped out. That was a majority of the Orange Team's army, which was a majority of the Orange Team's army. And the Brown Team starts to push back up into the Genoa area, eventually capturing the major city that is in Genoa. And it's not looking good for this Orange Rebellion. And the Orange Team will fall, however, they will be remembered as the people who wanted independence from the Brown Team. But you can also call Slovenia that, so yeah. And the Brown Team, they're not completely good now. You know, they still are very, very unstable. And who knows? Maybe a war could break out in the future. Again, another civil war. And they're for now they're gonna try to regain stability in that area. But you know, after the killing and the encirclement of a bunch of troops right here, that may not happen. We will just have to see in future episodes. And I just realized this red Iberian country is kind of looking like that teal Iberian country from Ada's Pro series. You know, the one that used to own, like, it used to be look like this. That I'm talking about that pre-World War Three Iberia kind of used to look like this. Anyways, this Moroccan country will expand their knowledge of these seas, and they will go ahead and discover these islands. I think they're the Canary Islands, and they discover them, and they discover the places around them, and eventually, you know, they discover the islands themselves. However, they won't go any more farther, as it seems like the ocean waters just get rougher and rougher as you go, and they frankly just don't have the technology for that yet. Coming over to the Ethiopian country, a large red area over here in Eritrea breaks away. This is a lot of the coastal region that does give them a lot of money. And yeah, they just start breaking away. A lot of these provinces, or whatever is in this area, they start breaking away until the rebellion looks something like this. The beige country does not want this, of course, so they try to push the red team back. However, these people are very patriotic. They don't know why these people are so patriotic. They really are though, and they just start pushing right back deeper into Ethiopian territory. And Ethiopia just finds the best thing to do here is just to let them go. So let's go ahead and take a look at that treaty. And this is what it looks like in the peace treaty. Their capital is gonna go ahead and be right there on the water. And that civil war was very quick and easy, but now it's time for some more exploration, and this time it's going to be of India. A lot of the coastal regions of India is starting to get mapped out, and you know that means also the land will get mapped out if I can select the right thing. And they even meet the other side of India as they explore. And I'm going to go ahead and discover all of southern India and Sri Lanka. And it's going to look eventually something like this when we include the sea waters. This green team, the Ottomans, are going to go ahead and expand. They are going to go ahead and go up into the Iranian region. And they know that the Caspian Sea is right here. So they're going to go ahead and meet up with that. They also meet up with the Yellow Country, who now has access to the outside world. I mean, they already did with the Explorer Lands, but like, I mean, now, with other countries. And all these Arabian countries are going to start expanding, and eventually we could just take a look at Arabia when it fully gets colonized. And that looks something like this. So now all of these Arabian countries, all this Arabian area has been fully filled in, and we might as well just take a look on how this will look. Oh, did you say it was going to be fair? Because it's definitely not. And all I can tell you is that this Ottoman country, they are climbing the ranks. It is kind of crazy how fast they're climbing the ranks. And they have now become the fifth strongest country in the world, surpassing Egypt. And they might even become the fourth strongest country, surpassing the English team soon enough. And in fact, they might just do that as they start to expand into the Caucasus region until the Caucasus countries are going to go ahead and they're going to work together. And they're gonna work out a border that looks something like this. And then the green team can get everything else. And now the green team is not very happy about that. But they can just expand and around if they want to. And now you can basically see the Ottoman Empire right here forming. But anyways, this sign country is going to go ahead and expand, and they will meet up with Russia, fully cutting off Ukraine from expanding. And they take a lot of this, what is in today standards Russian. And the yellow country does the same thing. And now this is our new map. And we're going to take a look at some more exploration. This time being in Africa, as more camels are being used a lot more. And a lot of the Saharan region is being discovered. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the claims of these countries. Libya is going to claim this. Nothing too crazy. Why is it not starting? Tunisia is going to go ahead and claim this, which is a bit crazy for their size. But just remember, their strength is probably a lot more than like Corsica or like pretty much any of these countries right here. They are a pretty strong country in the region at least. The green team right here, they're gonna go ahead and claim all of that land to not anger the purple team too much. And I'm pretty sure they had a different color before it crashed last time. Let me try to get that color back. I think it was something like that. And then Morocco will claim this. Now that's a bit crazy, but once again, they're they're a strong country. And the final country claiming land in Africa right for right now is gonna be Egypt, who claims pretty much all of this land right here. And that looks like that. Pretty good in my opinion. A lot of people were moved up here into this region of the purple team, and that's why there is two more major cities up here. But these two major cities aren't very happy that, they just got moved out of their homeland over here and got forced up to go over here. So these guys will do the obvious, what's been happening in this series. They're gonna go ahead and rebel. Wow, and they take pretty much all of this northern area of the purple team. And the purple team, they know about this, but they're not gonna try to fight this. I mean, I wouldn't try to fight that if I was them. And this country, I don't know what an appropriate color for this region because there's literally like every color. I could do like a dark red, but I already have something planned for this region that's a dark red, so I can make it like a pink maybe. Yeah, I think pink works well in this region. And that country now exists, which is like this. And their capital is gonna go ahead and be right there in that major city. And a new country appears in the Balkans, which is kind of like a Serbian team. So we'll just see how that plays out. And for the last exploration event of this video, we're going to see a lot of exploration in India. Pretty much all of the southern areas of India will be explored, and they go up into the near the Tibetan plateau, but eventually they stop there. As a new country forms in this area, that being the dark blue team, and they will claim all of this land right here and color that in, so they claim all of that. And that looks pretty good as a country in my opinion. And for the last event of this video, we are going to have explorers, sea explorers, coming up here, and they get really close to Iceland, and it looks like they're gonna go to it, and they do meet up with it. But that is gonna actually do it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Um, not too much happened, but also kind of a lot happened. It was kind of a video where not too many major things happened. I mean, we saw the Ottoman country expand greatly. Same with the Russians. We saw the Caucasus. Africa also expanded. And then, there's a new country in India. So, once again, though, that's the end of this video. I will update the cities and capitals after I get done recording. I hope you guys had a good day. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.